Where were we? I don't remember, but I was just about to go to bed, and I felt like doing some Final Fantasy Ultra before doing so. Yeah, so the Fool's very strong now. That's good. I just had a wonderful day with one of my lovers, but she's not spending the night with me because, well, one of the problems of polyamory is that even though you have a lot of love in your life, you don't always have enough time for yourself. So yeah, she has to sleep at home, take care of herself, which leaves me alone playing video games. But I'm not complaining. So yeah, head's still spinning. Had a very good time. And now it's time to focus on this game and getting the floater. Even though I'm very strong, I'm running away from all the fights. But these we can't run away from. I'm making a save state. Let's do this. Oh, no, you get the easy mix. Now, these two, they only damage you, but this guy, let's beat him up quickly. Actually, maybe I should have cast a unholy spell or something, but whatever. Yeah, let's get rid of him. He might stun the Fool and then kill the rest, but yeah, okay. And the Fool has also a very high hit rating, so he'll hit pretty much all the time. And just one more with the sandworms. Good. Let's get rid of the. Well, since I have no spells, do I? Oh, I have the bind ring. Oh, why don't you have the bind ring? Do you have the bind ring? No, I think shield is better. Okay. Yeah. I was talking about Final Fantasy One. I remember that. You know, I loved it as a kid, as a manual, as a strategy guide. So detailed, really, 99%. The only thing that's not in the book is how chaos looks like. Everything else is in it. So that was one. That was a lot of fun, just dreaming of this world, and playing it was even better. Now, Final Fantasy II. I grew up in the United States. Then I moved to the Netherlands. Oh, forgot to use the floater. When I was 12 years old, that was 1993. So didn't get my hands on the Final Fantasy II until, well, actually, I did play it like in the late 90s as an emulator, but oh, it looked like crap. And I don't remember if it was Japanese or English, but poof, I did not enjoy that experience. I mean, the first battle, you get your ass kicked. But no, it wasn't like Final Fantasy One. Even back then, do I have any weapons to sell? Yeah, we'll keep the hammer. No, okay. So we're going to the town here. I didn't like the NES version. I eventually got a Game Boy Advance version of Final Fantasy One, and hey, there was Final Fantasy Two on it. I gave it a look. I think I beat about 67% of it. Got pretty far. But I did not enjoy it at all. And this was the Game Boy Advance version, which was better because the leveling system wasn't as weird. So even then, yeah, I understand that it was quite revolutionary the way it told a story. I mean, there were characters and all these awesome events. So I respect the game in that sense, but yeah. So I even beat it. Now Final Fantasy III, I played even less. Um, how far did I get? I do remember enjoying. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. So I was having a good time playing Final Fantasy III because you get the airship, like in half an hour, and you're like, oh wow, I got the airship now, and then a couple minutes later, after no, a couple. Well, anyhow, after a chapter or so, it smashes into something and you lose the airship. Oh, so I don't know what happens after that when it comes to airships, but it was really quirky. The story was all over the place. I feel like I've done this before. This part, or was it that one? Oh man, I'm also playing this game on on my telephone, so I'm getting playthroughs confused. I didn't like the job system. Now, I had already played Final Fantasy V, so that wasn't an attraction to me. But I do recall eventually having to make all my characters very small to do a dungeon, and then it annoyed me. And yeah, this, like I said, the story, it was like all these loose chapters that didn't feel connected, and none of them I really enjoyed. 60 absorbed now. Good. Okay, so naturally 4 I played a lot. Like, but I got the game in the Netherlands like in the late 90s. So actually, did I play before or after Final Fantasy VI? Not sure. But yeah, I enjoyed it. But no, I definitely didn't love it. For some reason, I played it again on the Game Boy Advance. And then I played it again on a version where you could actually choose your own party toward the end of the game because a lot of characters they die, they come and go, but in this version, you can get them back or something, make your own parties, which is kind of like my main reason why I enjoy Final Fantasy One is because you can make your own parties. So there was some of that, and again, I think the story's kind of plain. Um, oh look, so Silk studded is the best, but hold on, hold on. We'll give the studded to the priest because he kind of needs it, and we'll give the silk. No, leather is better than silk. So now we have 210, right? Yeah, 210. And 12 absorb for the priest. Not a big improvement, but everything counts. Especially with this week party. Well, I guess it's not really the case anymore, right? I mean, the fool's more than pulling his weight. Now, I didn't think Final Fantasy IV story was that good. Maybe because I was a late teenager by then, and well, let's just be honest. Story-wise, it's comparable to a Saturday morning cartoon. Really, it's got death, but other than that, it's kind of a silly story if you ask me. Now, 5, I got about 2/3 also. Why don't I beat these games, you know? Like I say, you can beat them, but I didn't like the job system. I, I like sticking to a class I choose at the start of a game. Oh, watch out, the clerk's going to die if they do the spell. Final Fantasy V does not have an interesting story. Even it's just not at all interesting. It's like 3. It's the combat was well on its yeah. Like I said, like I was gonna say in Final Fantasy V, I didn't like the job system. I didn't like having to choose different jobs all the time in order to make a complete character. And whatchamacallit, Bravely Default has the same thing. I think I got halfway through Bravely Default. I mean, it's really well made. I just don't like the job system, and oh, I didn't have to do that. I guess I could force myself not to change classes, but I don't know. It seems kind of necessary. You want to get all the skills. So I got halfway through Final Fantasy V. Now, so you're probably wondering, where's the love for Final Fantasy? Well, that's at 6. I've always said, gameplay-wise, Final Fantasy 1 is it. But for the story, yeah, 6. No doubt. There's no competition. Well, maybe 7. Maybe 8, too. Oh, our fool's stunned. Now, a 6 is so charming. It's so alive. And fantastic characters. Um, I mean, the music, right? I mean, the music alone. Whenever I hear the Final Fantasy VI music, I'm totally pulled back into that world. A world which has an interesting conflict. What do we do with technology? What do we do with our, how do we respect the natural? But mostly it's just the characters, just getting together, learning their backstory. I mean, fantastic characters. My favorite is Shadow, of course. I played the game as a teenager, so. But even though now that I'm older, I guess he's a bit shallow, but still, such a fascinating character. This guy who so secluded, but such a rich history, and how you find out about his history is amazing because you get these scenes in his dreams. Uh, yeah, I think that's really awesome. I still check them out every time I play the game, even though I don't play that often. You know, actually, I think I've only played through it 3 times. Silver Sword, can't use that. Do not play it on the Game Boy Advance, which I did the last time. The Game Boy Advance does not have the quality music chip as a Super Nintendo, so a lot of the songs are less well. I mean, the Game Boy Advance version takes out a lot of bugs, but who cares about the bugs? I mean, like there's an evade bug. That's not a big deal, is it? Well, if you care about that, get a hacked version of the game. All right, Priest now doing 2157. Big whoop, right? Fool's doing all the damage. Uh, okay, yeah, we're done with this. Do I have an exit spell? No, no, I don't think so. That's level 6, so gotta walk out of here. I liked Cyan. Not too much his story, but the way he acted. I mean, he writes letters to this poor girl. I thought that was very romantic, even though it's being untruthful. Loki and Terra and Celis, them being together. Oh, the whole Sabin and Edger, the two brothers story. Love that. I used that for Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Don't tell my friends. I, I stole a lot of elements out of that. They don't complain. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI, best RPG story wise. I know. Yeah, I wish I could say another one would be better. Planescape Torment has a lot going for it. It's more sophisticated, true. But if you want an all-around RPG, fantasy, saving the world, all that stuff you love to get. I can sell this, right? Yeah. Gotta watch out. You don't want to sell anything you can't get back. Iron Shield is done too. Yeah. And sell the sword. Get some magic. So everybody's favorite, except mine, there are more people, is Final Fantasy VII. By the time it was released, I had played a lot of RPGs. I'd also played Chrono Trigger, of course, and Breath of Fire 2 I love. Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 is totally underrated. And let's see, let's just get the first 2 for these. You can't learn that one. Oh, go heal yourself. Oh, look, these spells are cheaper now. Yeah, I did that. Still used to them being 20,000. In Final Fantasy Ultra, the spells here are 20,000, but now they're only 15,000 because magic is so expensive. On we go. I loved 7. No, really, I'm not going to deny that. I did love it. It was fantastic. Eventually, it irked me that the story had so many elements already in Final Fantasy VI. Like making super warriors from magical beings, right? But, of course, the story is different. And it's well represented. I didn't like the characters as much as what's going on here. Oh, yeah. I forgot to heal up. Okay. Let's kill them one by one. And cast a heal 2. Why does the paladin have so many more hit points? Oh, the fool just doesn't have that many hit points. That's it. And we're running out of time. So, yeah, just one more round. And next time we'll continue going through the volcano. See you then.